Check, check. We all checked in though? Cool. Donovan, Benny boy, back at it. Hey pal, so last week it was all about width of compression, right? Making sure that there's a supplemental bouncing that surrounds your game, right? I think you've done a great job in the last week or two since you've been working on it. Let's build on that today, hitting with Donovan here. So Donovan, great hitter. Let's start here box to box. Just start with the touch. And again, I want to hit a bunch of patterns today, have a nice lesson with you, but as our central focus still being here, just that width of position and supplemental bounces that fill the space between recovery and split step. Don't come to the net right now. Yeah, so get into the bounce, man. Get into the bounce. Get into the width and get into the bounce and push it further than you would typically push it, because I think where you typically push it in this format is not enough. So hey, let's get into it. And I like it already. It's been better. You've been less on tilt lately. I'll tell you this though, on the forehand, look at the backhand's nice. If you look at his backhand slice and you look at your backhand slice, both of them, there's a strength of wrist that allows for this clean supination. Still on your forehand, there's an unlocked nature to it. And because of that, there's a drifty, instead of having this move right here, right? Go ahead, go to my forehand, please. Let's go back and forth. Watch his. Although he preps his, Donovan's a new guy for us. He's an awesome hitter. And right now in touch, it doesn't matter. I'll just break your stroke down a little bit. If you look how he preps it though, he preps it with the face down and then flares it open. When it comes to volleys, he doesn't do that, right? So it's not a technical flaw, but in this format, it's a little bit of a flaw the way he sets the racket face. At the same time, if you look at his movement through the ball, through acceleration, it's here. If you look at you, it's blurry because the wrist is unlocked, and so because of that, you don't get that clean supinated grab on it. Here, boom, right? You're missing that. It's close, but it's not like it is on your backhand. On your backhand it's clean, on the forehand it's not clean. So little things like this I'd love to work on today, with the primary stuff still being, let's get that base there, how are you doing today, by the way? You good? Love you, pal. Here we go. Ready? Let's go. There it is. And I think the answer to this is twofold as you work on this, and I'll shut up and let you work on it a little bit. One, the biggest thing is you've got to be working on it in class. I feel like when you come into class, this format right here is like a little bit, okay, you're a little chatty, you're getting into it, you're missing some splits, coming to the net too quickly. So you just more focus in class on this format so that you can make this repair, because this repair this doesn't matter. What matters is your volley, and I see it in your volley every time. Length of pullback and blurriness through the contact. Right? And inability then, when you get the stretch, to come up and finish that stretch ball. And you make some mistakes on balls that you're ready to start finishing on. So one, let's put more importance on it in group time, right? We want that. Two, feel that strength of wrist, and then I think spin is the answer, right? When you don't have spin on it, that's a symptom of the move, is that when you're doing it wrong, it's got a flat blurriness to it. When you're doing it right, like on your backhand, there's a nice gripping spin on it. So I want that same thing. I want a gripping spin on that forehand. So let's strength of wrist and let's get a grip on it. You're close. Let's go. So body work's the most important thing right now, so I'm not going to get lost in that, but I want to talk a little bit more about it. Let's go. Let's go. Don't avoid the forehand if we're talking about the forehand, though. Let's go to the forehand only. Cool. So let's touch on it one more time, and then we're not going to sit all day on it, but what I've said to you is this. We've talked about it for some time, so there's something there. Can you show me how you hold the forehand grip on that side? So let's go into it. Yeah. So I would say here's also the root of the issue. Okay, two things. One, great players of the world, right? Let's look to them as our key or our guide to where we're going with our games, right? When they're in the ground stroke position, most of them are pinky on the base, okay? Pinky on the base allows us full leverage of the swing, full leverage of the pronated move. When they're in the volley or the serve though, they're not full pinky on the base. Typically, they're just above, they're connected to the lip, but they're not on the lip, right? It's more of this hammering throw. Even if you look at Nadal, he even comes up, it's crazy what Nadal does. He's up like 2 inches, but let's not use him as an example. But most people are like this, okay? So again, on the ground strokes, I'm fully leveraged out in sort of this pistoling grip. Allows me a full pronation of the hand. In these techniques, whether it's the the slice or the serve, I'm more hammered, right? Less pistoled, I'm more hammered, and I'm connected to the lip, but I'm not on top of the lip, so there's not this looseness here. There's a security. There's a security in this format versus this format. And I can feel, I just see what you do and I just hold it. My wrist doesn't want to strengthen from this position. So when I look at you even up close, this is probably the first domino, is that you're holding it like it's some sort of like continental forehand, right? Like topspin forehand. And we need to bring it into this position to allow you to find that. So it's probably just a mild grip issue. Let's see if you can find it right now. Yeah, it's this, you don't want to pistol it like that. Let's see if you can hammer it. Watch me again, watch me on this. Okay, let me just go, okay. Yeah, hit me one, will you? Okay, here. Yeah, there's a mild pistoling, but you see that, but it's not like where you're ramping up it like that. You see that move?
This or this one?
Well, I'm talking one about here versus here, right? Here, and also in terms of position on the grip. Okay, so let's see if we can find that a little bit more strength of, yeah, something like that. Just bring it down a little bit too, like more. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, that pistoling. Feel more like you have a hammer in your hand than you have a pistol in your hand. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, try that. See what happens there. And see if you can get that grip on the ball now. See if you can get that grip on the ball. Yeah, come on. And lead with the frame under the ball. That is, lead with you're almost there. Let's do it again. You're close. Let me do it again. And I'm gonna let you work, but you're close on this. Here, let me do a couple to your hand, okay? Can I have a ball? No, I'm gonna do it with you. Can you hold the racket here? Because I think part of it is, again, I wanna do more than just this today, but your game is so full, this is something that's still flawed. So at least let's lay out a lot of the little things going on, okay? So one, it's just like that grip, right? Again, open your hand a little bit. More of a hammering of the grip. You understand what I mean by hammering? Mm-hmm. More of this like 90 degrees look, less of this look, okay? Where again, we want to be connected but not riding the lip. Now, the other part is just your understanding of supination, okay? So come down, you're so big, come down into a compression. Let me just relax the arm and let me do one here, right? Let me do one. Right? I don't know, you gotta feel more of this gripping of the ball. You're missing that, and for you, the guide is your backhand, because your backhand, there's a clean supinated grip. On the forehand, it's not there. Let's see if we can find it. Let's go. More spin, like accentuate the spin. Yeah, but watch me here. Here, turn that frame under the ball more. Hey, by the way, this is the penalty for years of hitting that flat volley that I tell you to stop hitting. This is the karmic penalty, man. Now you gotta deal with it. Let's go. More spin. Yeah, let's go. Do it again. Get low and do it. Yes, let's go. Do it again. More. Put a grip on it. Yes, let's go. More. Put a grip on it. That's it. And feel that backhand. And now reproduce it on the forehand side. Good. But keep that wrist strong. Don't unlock it through the move. You're close. Let's go. Backhand's beautiful, by the way. Good. You're close. It's a commitment to the line at the end. Okay, last one, and then we're gonna move on, okay? Why is this so important? I'm telling you it's important because you're forehand volley. You are a damaging player. You're making damage. You're getting chances to come forward, and then that forehand volley is a real, I hold my breath and I'm hoping for good things, right? Because you don't have a clean grip on the ball. Now I'll tell you this, what we want when it comes to spin is this, a continuation of the spin line, meaning this. Let's say the ball's here, and I'm spinning the ball. The continuation of the follow through is a continuation of the line that I created, right? Of the spin that I created. Your backhand, you do a good job of that. You spin the ball and then you continue that spin line, led by the frame. The frame is sort of the indicator there. We can imagine it's showing us what we're doing with the ball here, right? Now on the forehand, it's like this. You start to do it and then what happens? You see? Do you? So if this is the clean spin line, where we're leading with the frame or leading with the pinky, right here you go. And what happens? The palm takes over. It's got to be here. You got to continue without goosing the wrist, which is hard too. But you got to continue along that cut line. And so you're not, at the end, there's a drifting of the arm. So that little nuance is there. And so all those pieces together, without getting wrist, the challenge is without getting wristy. So you got it, kid. Let's go. Do a few more. And if we watch, and Jason, if you get a second, let's watch also Donovan do his, man. Let's go. Just go to Donovan's forehand. Yeah, look at that line. Again, I don't like the setup, to be honest, but I love the line. And I think the setup honestly comes from you just playing around with like your ground stroke. You're setting up a ground stroke into that. But if you look at the line, Benny boy, and I want you to watch the line, and that's your natural line, right? When you're doing touch here, right? That's his natural line. You watch him and me go together here. Go ahead, go for it, please. Just watch the line. Watch his line. It's clean. Same thing. And we're not goosing the wrist either, which is the challenge. The challenge is this. The challenge is this. Yes, watch. No, yes, no. You understand? He's doing it right, I'm doing it right. I would like the setup from him like this, but again, I think it's just it's a ground stroke preparation. This is gonna be one you gotta work on because it's ingrained in you, that move, and you haven't found it yet. So, but I know you can. Let's go one more. See if we can just touch on it. I'm gonna shut my mouth. Let's just see, give you a moment to just play with it. Let's go. Put the grip on it. Yeah, man, come on, that's it. Spin is gonna get you there. Spin is gonna get you there. Good, come on. That's it, come on, get low, get low. We're still building low. Good, no, right, that drifted right there, come on. Follow the cut line, that's it. Follow the frame line, that's it. There you go, follow the frame line. Good, let's go, beautiful, buddy, come on. That's it, follow that frame line. That's it, come on. Grab it, grab it. Not bad, there's some better ones in there. Could you feel that? Come on, better, let's go, a couple more. This is the root of the volley, right here. Right here is the root of the volley. Good, that's it, come on, get wide, do it again. Get wider, get in the bounce, man, come on. We're building in the bounce today. That's it, come on. Sick, bro, come on. That's it, that's better, that's better. Now I'll tell you this too, this is the root of the volley. We need to be able, here's what I think, we need to be able to build our volleys based on spin. It's like build all our strokes based on spin. And then if you get good enough, and there's certain moments we take the spin off. There's certain volleys where I absorb a ball and I don't put a lot of spin on it. I get a floating ball here and I press through it flatly. But we need to build with spin. It's like a serve. Everybody needs to build their serves, right, with slice. Then eventually your power positions and all your moves are correct, you can start to flatten through that. But if you learn to flatten first, guess what? You're gonna have the wrong grip, you're gonna have the wrong stance. Flat, we don't build flat. What you do is you build with spin and then you get good enough you can start taking the spin off in the right situations. I'm not saying every volley is gonna have all this much spin, but this is the root. You need this built correctly in order to grow the volley correctly and then be able to texturize it. Does that make sense to you? Okay, this looks good. Let's do one more and we're moving on because I like this. This is the first time you've ever touched on it, I feel. Let's go. That's it, dude, way better, come on. Let's go, that's it, come on, grab it. Get low and grab it, that's it. Hey, that's better, last one, to his forehand, come on. That's it, dude. Way better, Benny boy, way better. That's it, man, come on. That's so much better. Sick, bro. Can't help himself to come forward. Can't help it. Okay, hey, that was way better. And I know what's gonna happen now because we're gonna transition into volleys. That's gonna be better. If volleys are better, then that's everything. So how's it gonna improve? All those little things we talked about. Grip, wrist, committing to the spin, understanding the nature of the supination and not undercooking it and not overcooking it. But the big way it's gonna improve is this. You get 10 minutes a day in that format that we just did. Don't blow it off. Come in, spend your time on that one specific shot because the backhand's clean already. Make sure that that's clean. That's just gonna heal everything from the ground up. All right, let's go volley right here and let's see if we can build into what we just did. Wider. So this is where I wanna work on that, but still the big message today is your base. So let's get wider. That's so much better already. Come on. Donovan, can you take one step back? Just give him, he needs a little bit more room to penetrate. That's it, dude, that's it. So no flat forehands, everything with a taste of spin. Even if one day we're talking about volleys that we take that spin off of, everything with a taste. Let's go. Hey, it's better. Does it feel better? Yeah, it looks better, come on. That's it. Get low though, get low. Get down though, get down, especially on that backhand. Good, let's stay with the volleys here. It's a great job, pal. It's a great job. It's better. Can I see your racket? If you look at where you need to improve on your volleys, there's that forehand, that sort of like pistoled out, unlocked, drifty forehand that we talked about. All those same natures here. 2, on that volley. You're here on the volley. You're not here on the volley. That's the bend that red lines the game sometimes. Just wants to, see, that to me, that's how the fabric got built on that incorrect forehand anyways. You want to bend it up, right? Hey, in front, energy comes from our walking steps and our body work through the ball. In front with that spin work. So on the forehand, right? Not back here, and then with all that stuff we just talked about. And then on the backhand, it's got to be lower and it's got to have more pushes off that left foot. You're too upright, it's too long in the arm on the backhand. Both sides maybe just a little too long, okay? Come on, let's go. You're doing good. Let's go, stay in it. Yeah, a little bit more though. I want a little bit more spin and I want it out front. You were on it. Let's go, a little bit more. There you go, come on. Even if it's too much right now. Cool. That's it. Great. And then the challenge over time is this, to have volleys with that nature, right? But that we shrink as small as possible, right? They're as small as possible while still giving us all the dynamics that we need, right? All those slicing, supinating, grabbing dynamics that we need without having too much length on them, right? They're not too short, not these blocky volleys that people have that don't have hands, and not something long and snaky that's going to cost us, okay? So that's to minimize it along those same lines is the challenge. Right now it looks good. Stay on it. Let's go, get low. And by getting low, that's how we minimize. That was beautiful. Getting low is how we minimize it and still have those dynamics involved. Come on. That's it. Come on, right there. Get down. That's it. Down. Dude, it looks good. Come on. You're doing great today. Come on, stay on it. How's that feel? Good. Great. Nice. And hey, you get a little one, you're on the reach, there's a moment there, you took the spin off and you pressed it into open space. I believe in those moments in volleys. Trust me. I believe in there's moments where we reduce the spin. I believe in moments of flat serving. I believe in moments of flat ground strokes. But it has to be a skill that you've actively taken the spin off versus somebody who just can only hit a ball flat because they never built the proper technique. It honestly looks way better. Let's go. Let's go a couple more. A little bit long on that last one, right? A little bit too much behind the body. You're doing a great job though. All this stuff looks great. Keep getting low. Come on. Ooh, I loved it. Backhand, really good. Hey, typically, and this is a tough thing for you on the volleys, one of the reasons your backhand's long is because you're on the move, right? You get that ball and you're sneaking, right? And it's just, you're just up and it's long and then some mistakes come off that length. So the challenge for you, one is, this is awesome. Hey, when we're doing volley games, we're doing touch games, keep an emphasis on the body work, because everything's growing off of that. Okay, and then that forehand work that we were just talking about. Stand there for a second. But the challenge on the backhand then, when you're coming forward on the sneak, let's talk about both sides, right? Because you're starting to make good choices coming forward at the right times. On the forehand, you're coming up, just that same stuff. Make sure we're not here. Make sure that it's not that blurry move through, that we're on it, and that we're putting a cut on the ball into that open space. On the backhand, the move's good, but it can be long, right? Just as you come up, just make sure there's that compression into it so that you can load onto that left foot and you can use your body's energy in that walking stance load as the energy source versus pulling that racket through a full slice line. We don't need a full behind the head slice line. We need it set up here. So the challenge for you, just putting this one in your brain, as you're moving forward, not to be here, but to be here and here. You understand? Twisting down so that you get that power through the leg and less power through the length. I thought that was awesome. You feel good about that? I thought that was big time improvement, honestly. Let's go ground strokes.